Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Greetings, fellow internet citizens. Hello, Soap Dodger, Demon Sub, Orinoco Twitch. As you can see, we're missing one. I don't know why or where that happened. He's not here. So I guess you need to be having yourself fun with myself and my brown lemonade. No, Soap, I haven't checked the pub, and if he's in the pub, I'll bet he's in a happy place, so we won't take him from there. Hello, Amanda. Send out the hounds. No. Who knows what happens to those then? Let me just, for myself, put on some quiet background music. You lot tell me when the music is too loud. I'm guessing he's still recovering from salute. But that's just an educated guess. Ah, that's nice. I did some very lazy project picking tonight, so apologies if these are some projects you already have seen. And why not just go straight to it? If you've got anything on your mind that you would like to rather talk about, feel free to get me off track, derail me at any time. This is our first project. We go here. So, where's my windows? Where's there? Mr. Lorna painting a metric butt ton of miniatures, and I haven't been in this project for quite some time, which will be obvious when we go down all the way to parts where I can actually see myself having hit a button of any kind or description. So yeah, this is one for everything. This project contains miniatures, battle reports, and painting. So if you've got time on your hands and nothing to do for the rest of, let's say, the better thing of 2 hours, have fun reading through all this text. Welcome, Dan Lee. There's a lot there that's quite an understatement, and it's a very interesting mixture of stuff he has put in this. So there's Kingdom Death, I've seen orcs, presumably some kind of 40k-ish stuff, and this is just the first page we are getting to this. If I remember correctly, the goal of this project was to get all of his 2,200 miniatures that he owned at the time of beginning the project painted. Which the sheer thought of painting 2,000 miniatures is crippling. I don't know if I had the actual willpower to get these things done, but then again, as we can see, some 24 miniatures and the count goes up. And in the end, or in the beginning, however you want to look at it, models remaining: 55 normal, 7 luxury, 3 bits box, 13 terrain sets, and that's it. Holy fucking Christ. Finished in the collection, 2,849. This is mental. I'm not sure how he even manages to keep his sanity at that level of sheer numbers. And then looking at how he's painting his miniatures, I mean, it's not like he's going slapping on 3 colors, doing a wash, and that calls it a day. Why? Why you do this to yourself? Why would you? Yeah, Lorna, and I mean, you may have just seen this when we scrolled past them. Let me go find them again. Yeah. January Gold Button Award, December, July, so... yeah. Yeah, not to think about the numbers and only concentrate on the one you're painting is a pretty much thing you should do. But then again, at 2,000 miniatures, or at this point nearly 3,000, the sheer volume of stacking them, mental. But this is, again, one of the longest projects I've ever seen, and feel free to give this guy a follow and just waltz through here. I'm not going to hit the buttons on stream now on the most of cases because the project system is a bit fiddly at the moment. I had a hard time getting images up and running prior to streaming, so I will hit all the buttons and leave my comment after we're done with the show, but not right now because I don't want to stress the project system any more than it is actually necessary. So with this cliff of a project, we shall go on to the next one. Easy boy, welcome. Denzian's Den. That's a thing I get more jealous of with every day. This is just some 3D printed stuff for Fallout Wasteland. We don't really need to look at this because it's 3D printed and nobody cares about 3D printing. But have you seen his cave? He's actually making himself at home in this. Just look at that. Who in our hobby wouldn't want a shed of this dimension just for hobby's sakes and a hobby purpose? It's unfair. Absolutely and completely unfair. Decent doors. I bet he's got heating in there. He's got a flocking fridge in there. Why doesn't anybody have that? Well, I guess I know why, because it costs a lot of money. WA spiders. What are WA spiders? Demon Sub. Help me out on that. And some nice hats, and yeah, this is just tomato balls. Nice wall decorations. Things to keep the lot out. Zork 2, our Wargames Atlantic. Where did you spy them? Did I miss them? Somehow? Oh, I guess somewhere here, around here? No, that's a crab. And some more 3D prints. Well, Demon Sub, where did you see the spiders? I think I'm rather going blind, or you've mistaken something for spiders. No spider here. Sheep. Oh, now I see. Yes. My old blind eye. Big extruders. Classic fantasy spider horde. The perfect Justin gift. A shopping day in at Hammerhead in New York. Yeah, nice one. Ah, horrible people showing off their lovely, lovely painting areas. And just as a reminder, this is what he started with. This wooden door with no ventilation and a window that falls out once you open it. Now proper insulated doors and windows and floor tiling. Some guys have all the luck. Oh, dear sub, if you have a box of those that need painting, why don't you just go start ahead and make them? Spiders aren't that hard to paint if you just want them done. Has anyone but worn a remote controlled spider? I guess that would be something that you could potentially hand over to John, but then again, I guess John would be way too kind-hearted and not really doing that to Justin. I guess he might have deep dark side that nobody knows, but I guess John wouldn't be so fond over that. But I like the idea. There is this this Halloween spider that has a motion sensor. And a friend of mine had one of those on the guest toilet when he had a Halloween party. The screams were lovely. Yeah, Tenzian, you get. Let's venture on to the next project before I get very much more envious of. Can you get something like? Well, I know there's penis envy. Can you get hobby room envy? I guess. Let's go somewhere else. This is Manda's Wrath of Metzli. Sounds like a drink. And it's Warhammer Age of Sigmar fantasy little scale people. Taurus. And she's having a real nice paint job on these. I really don't want to think how far back that is that I was first on OTT and in the Hobby Hangout with Lance and John, and I saw the Amanda's Space Wolves. How long is that ago? 5 years? Or even more? Oh yeah, Dutch, don't get me started on the Hobby Lodge, but then again, he uses it for more than just miniature painting, so... And his kids get to use it too? Oh, would you just look at that? The lovely bait on that. Excuse me. Saurian, whatever they are called. Forgive me for my ignorance. And I'm trying to find bold lines, but I can't. And this almost qualifies as a dragon with the amount of jewelry on top. It's a mobile dragon's hoard, isn't it? But again, very nicely painted. Amanda, I think your painting skills have evolved over the last 5 years in a very significant way. And I honestly mean that you have improved your brushwork so much. Especially with these bright colors. Just look at those feather work and the amount of scale work. Oh, it's weird wording. So the scales of the lizard people looking like scales. Oh look, reference material. That's an odd looking fella. To close some tabs. I don't think this is a proper, really existing, but, well, why not do it? Yeah, this is an even longer project than I first thought, and lovely stuff. Banana Man, 4 scale. Oh, I missed Banana Man. Keep up the good work. Oh, did I just scroll past Banana Man? Blimey. Oh, did I? Banana Man for dinner. Well, why not? You need your vitamins even if you're a lizard. Yeah, this is nicely done. A dragon lizard. Oh, 2017, so only 6 years, so pretty much on point there. Still, where has time gone? Before the lizards come take my brain, we need to go on and venture forth. After the lizards, here, there, and back again. No, here, there, and everywhere. Ewok kebab. We have been looking into this project four episodes ago, I guess. So this is just more of the same lovely bolt action stuff. Almost a battle report, but just barely. But just look at these nice city layouts. Almost makes me want to play 50mm World War II, but nah. I think that's a gaming system that's not really getting its hooks into me for some odd reason. Just not my cup of tea. Not even my cup of coffee. Oh. It's that time of year again. And even more miniatures to be painted. How do you guys just keep up with all your stuff, keep getting paint on? It's enormous. Let's take a look at some more battle report pictures. It's a lot of punks, Demon Sub, I'll grant him that. And a lot of greenery, and I think those are MDF buildings. And the funny thing is, the MDF buildings, when you, even the pre-painted one, where the laser is scorching the cutouts, for root buildings, that's basically free weathering. It's burned down house. It already got actual soot on it, so win-win. Just don't clean them. Give them a good coat in a varnish to make sure you don't rub it off, and you're practically good to go. Yeah, you see what I mean by the project system isn't really a friend of mine tonight. Even worse than other times. So if you want to look at some nice... was it bolt action? I think it was bolt action. Did he say? I guess he said, and I forgot. Bolt action. See, if you want to look at some nice bolt action pictures, go and watch Ewok Kebab's latest project here, there, and everywhere. Now it's back again. It's back again. Let's add... Oh, I'm losing track of my windows again. There's the one we are going to look at next. It's Arnie, smiling like a madman. Bonus points to anybody who can tell me from which movie that is. Yeah, I'm guessing Commando as well. Must be an old one. I think so. Or very Photoshop. I guess it's Commando, though you can't really distinguish him in Commando from Predator, is my personal opinion. So this is a rather short project. Marine 101 is unboxing and building the Reptilian Overlord Spaceman from Wargames Atlantic. There hasn't been done much yet, but Space Nam is seemingly the deal of the day. I think this is a promising start, simply because all of those tactical rocks. And I know I've said this a billion times now, but I really like posable miniatures, and these look like they will be very posable. So I'm really looking forward to see what he's going to do with these. And just judging by the weapon selection on that sprue, there's no way in hell this isn't somehow inspired by Predator. Though there's no chain gun, is there? Or am I just blind now? Nope, no real chain gun. Oh, missed opportunity. Oh, no, spoke too soon. I think this sound? No, that also not. So it needs a chain gun to be absolutely bonkers. Look at them, they're all fighty, muscly men. None of them is dead yet. Yet. That's the key word here. Demons up. The tactical rock is always a last resort weapon, you know. Central Panzer, welcome. I don't think that he's still knackered, but I guess he may be tired. He might well be also still in the studio for all we know. For all I know, he could be anywhere. Catalans? No, Reptilian Overlords. Space Nam. So, where's my... This is so much easier when somebody else is doing the URL copy and pasting stuff. So our next stop for tonight is a very interesting project, Mortal vs. Marco. So we've seen Dark Denigan's project, and this is now more or less completed, I think. He's not sure, obviously, because he's asking, is this finished? But all in all, I must say, my hat's off, sir. You've done a spanking job of painting this one. And yeah, you've put more work into this than I could be bothered to be frank. Maybe I still need to find that miniature that inspires me to do anything in such a scale, but then again, I'm a lazy kid. Just look at the texture work on the back of the code. I think the only way to improve this a wee bit, in my opinion, you have OSL at this weird lamp thing. Maybe some light OSL around the eyes. But I guess it's very tricky to not overdo it at that part and maybe overemphasize a part that should be overemphasized. Also, there's no dead orc here, so that's clearly a win for Marco. No, but in all seriousness, we're very well done. Nicely executed carbon copy of Marco's paint job. Really like it. What are your thoughts on this? I hope not, Sancho. Do you think trying to copy a paint job from a highly skilled painter is something you should do? Is it something you can use as a measuring stick for yourself to see how far you've come, or is it just self-punishment? I'm a bit torn. I think if I were to try to do something like this, it would be more punishment than actual fun for myself. But just that's because I would never be satisfied with my own work compared to somebody else's. Yeah, Amanda, painting in your own style is, I think, another part of that for myself that I just can't be bothered to carbon copy anybody else's work. That being said, of course, I've seen paint jobs where I say, that's so nice, I would like to do that as well, but then again, I know there are things that I probably will never be able to, simply because of lack of practice, to be frank. Yeah, Demons Up, doing things outside one's wheelhouse is at the very least a learning experience. So it may show you something new, or maybe show you things you actually never want to do again. But that's all part of the hobby. Maybe I'm just too lazy for all those things, or too stubborn. Let's see. Well, what does the magic sorting hat have in stock for us now? Clan War, Phoenix Army expansion, rising from the ashes. So Jordan is entering Sprinkling Challenge with an old AEG Clan Wars game, which I never heard of. And then again, this is one with a miniature count. I get why people do that. Personally, it would be so... It would actually take the energy out of my system if I were to start counting miniatures to see how much I have done. Even with a rather small number count, my motivation would just go out the window. That's why I never actually counted what's left on my painting table. Oh, itchy nose. Welcome to spring. Pardon me. But back to this project. So these are very much Asian inspired, or even replicas, I really can't tell. But these are interesting miniatures, to say the least. Oh, and also some weird ghosty types. Is that a Hawkman of sorts? Guess so. You're doing miniature tracking in an Excel sheet? Are you part German? Does anybody in chat know this game? Or has heard of it? I feel that there should have been mentioning of this game somewhere in the past, but I can't really remember. Oh, that... I'm not sure. Oh, sadly that one on the far left is out of view. So this lovely chap here, he looks like there's been a horse between his legs at some point. He's got very spindly hips. I don't think this is viable for any human being. Very interesting miniatures. Sadly, if this is a game that's no longer available, well, I'm guessing all we have is Jordane's project to look at. Rumbly 8, welcome. When did you snuck in? Didn't see you coming. Yeah, essentially, he says it's an old, out-of-print games even, but as we're mostly old farts here, I guess somebody could know, apart from Jerry. And we're not mentioning Bot War. Not again. Let's see. There's more. There's always more, is it? Let's go here. Where is he? Victorian science fiction, Denzian. So yeah, we looked at one of his project, but since that was just his den, I guess this is a valid entry. And he's doing updates on his very interesting Martian game of some description. I'm totally blanking right now on what the game was actually called. And I love this flying boat vehicle thingamajig. I scrolled past it just today and thought to myself, this is a nice looking piece of kit. And look at all those red-skinned people running around on Mars, totally not being seen. Or is it not for their white armor? I'm guessing he's not finished painting them. Otherwise it would be a very interesting color choice. And his alien tufts, again, are just very nice. Oh. Are those... No, that's... for a minute I thought the blue thing on top of the spear would resemble Space Marine helmets. Would have been quite funny for a steampunk Mars Victorian age game. Oh look, and they've brought guns! And they're hovering. Though I don't know if that's actually a viable option for a gun with recoil, to have it hovering. Seems like a bit unpractical. But maybe the bullets are self-propelled like the Space Marine bolters. Oh no, he didn't. Oh, he did. He used Star Wars for terrain. This was a B-Wing. So was this. At least they look exactly like the parts from a B-Wing. I hope the carnage isn't displayed further in this project, because that would make me very sad. Oh god. From B-Wing to scenery. Why? Why would you do that? The poor B-Wing. No. Why? Why dismantle this nice toy and make such crude things? This really saddens me. No, not nice, Denzian. You murder of B-Wings. Not nice. No, no. This does not spark joy. Yes, Rumbly, you're right. It looks good, but Nick, don't come with proper science when I'm complaining about other people's imaginary toys. Just watching tonight gives me the more chance to comment. Yeah, commenting is always much appreciated. Though I have to be very open to you guys. I'm feeling knackered. The week had a very interesting start with a very sudden, oh, we need to move all our workplaces from one building to another. I had to reconnect all the PCs. So, let's leave this carnage of Star Wars toys and go to another place of carnage. Raise high the black flags, my children. Prussian armies by Jabba's Guts. So, he's converting Prussian grenadiers. Why would he do that? Oh, look. He's using some kind of weird black magic and is summoning dead people, just their heads. I know what they should look like when they're painted, but right now it just looks like Marge Simpson. That's just Marge Simpson, sorry. Homer! Or somebody stuck a beehive on top of the helmets. Judging by the source picture here, maybe not using a solid piece of plastic, but a what's it called? Pipe cleaner. Wouldn't a pipe cleaner be more true to that thing? You know, like the tufts that you used on shoulder pads for weird stuff like that. James, you shouldn't be stabbing yourself with a scalpel. That's the wrong end of the stick to put on, to hold. I'm on Mars, but I still love some pirates. Arr. Oh, I know, James. There's in the dental section of your supermarket, there should be very small bristles that are meant to clean your teeth, similar to floss. Those look like very small little brushes. Maybe they would work. I know I've got some in the bathroom. They are about 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter. Yeah, pipe cleaners would be too big, but I think these dental cleaning brushes, they also come in various sizes. So I guess those could work. Could be interdental. I couldn't tell you. I barely know the German name for those. 1 to 56 scale toilet brushes. To be fair, that's what the picture is reminding me of. So, we're probably not far off. Back to the project of Mr. Jamer's cuts. Yeah. So, when we last were here some time ago, almost 2 years ago, he has amassed some colors, did some painting, and then a long time no go. And now going back begin. And as it seems like a theme for tonight's show, this is again an amount of miniatures where I just would totally not go near. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. I really envy is the wrong word here. I really admire people who can put themselves in front of that amount of plastic and still not lose motivation to do something. I couldn't. That's one of the reasons why my painting handle is only accommodating at most 20 miniatures. And that's the most that I would actually start painting. Oh, on a side note, where's the picture gone there? The description in German, that's one that is a tongue twister even for me. Erstes Schlesisches Grenadierbataillon. Won't get that very often. After we have seen the toilet brushed headed Prussians from James Scott's, this one is next on the dock. Tales of a Hobby Butterfly. So the Bellon is actually being a prime example of a hobby butterfly, with this project going back and forth multiple times. So, oh, hold on a sec. I haven't seen that before. He's got an R2. Wow, that's nice. We need to have a bigger picture of that R2. So he's building some kind of stairwell for the Aidworm of Oakbound Studios. And I think that works. Also, Oakbound Studio, a very nice little company. Although I think the neck needs a little bit more work here. Looks a bit rough. But I'm guessing this is just pre-pinned to see if it actually would fit. So I'm not going to go all mold line detector here. Oops! Salute was, and a pile of shame has grown again. Yeah, I'm guessing that happens if you're a hobby butterfly and visit conventions that are selling stuff. Oh, Manda, that's a plan I have for a longest time. My Irby is sitting there primed and ready to be painted. It's just a trash can disguised as an R2. I'd say, judging by the size of the dome, it's probably the remote-controlled R2 that's sitting up there. Not cutting that down. Well, that depends. If it's a single cast, then it's one miniature. If it's two parts, it's two miniatures. Because you could use the horse on itself. Two miniatures. Oh yeah, Nick, don't talk to me about that. And the worst thing is, one of my favorite cartoonists, John Kovalik from Dog Tower fame, was actually over at Salute for one day, and that bastard did take pictures. Kovalik, you monster. Well, I'll probably never be able to go to Salute unless I inherit some money or somehow win the lottery without playing. Next up! Grasshoppers and elephants. I know we have been here by the Bellon before. This picture looks hauntingly familiar because it was in his other project. But also he's done a lot of his US Force. Though, please tell me I'm not the only one thinking this guy does look more like a zombie than an actual living army person. I think he went a bit overboard with the face paint on this one, but that might just be me. I feel he looks a bit zombie-esque. Maybe take this one as a reference for any zombies you're going to paint in the future. Because this one, totally fine, skin-wise. But maybe the other one is some gun with shell shock. It's a lovely selection of Vietnam-era miniatures and paint jobs. Oh look, I didn't know that there were so many. Is there any painting scheme that doesn't have his own paint set? No, Nick, they don't. I was looking prior to COVID for a flight to Northern Ireland, and it just goes into the the high three digits, and it's not just traveling; it's also accommodation, expenses, and etc. It just goes past anything I'm able to cover. I'm hoping that that OTT will do the similar amount of coverage they did with UK Games Expo as the last years. So why does this picture take so long to load? Green and camouflage uniforms. How many paints can you put into one set? Obviously a lot. And it comes with its own instructions. Oh, I guess this is where he got his face paint scheme from? Maybe? Could be. How would I know? If there was only a way to ask him and make sure that I'm not getting everything completely and utterly wrong. Maybe someday there's a future. To be brutally honest, Sancho Panza, I was actually contemplating about making something along those lines, but then again, it's a hobby, and hobbies shouldn't be financed by other people. So, if I was doing this for a living, I could see myself saying, yeah, we have a stream goal, and the stream goal is flight tickets to whatever. Totally could do that. But since this is just my spare time, no, I'm not going to do that. Crispin, welcome, you mad little man from outer space. Yeah, so I hate to burst that bubble, the mega bucks I'm getting from this stream. Over the last 2 years, the subtotal of money I made on the stream was 100 euros, so... Yeah, man, if they were to do that voluntarily, that's totally fine by me, but I won't be starting any kind of crowdfunding for that. That would be mental. Plus, it would also mean I'd have the, what's that word? Oh, bloody hell. I need to look up a word. My internal dictionary is failing me. Hold on a second. Responsibility, that's the one. It would be my responsibility then to go, which puts me in kind of stress, so no, not doing this. That being said, if there's somebody just jumping into the stream at some point and just dumping money on me, I'm not going to say no. Why should I? The hot tub, yeah, that would be an option. That's nice, Orinoco, that Warren has inflatable mattresses, but I don't think mattresses at his place are much use to me when I'm at UK Games Expo. I think there's some kind of displacement happening. And I'm guessing there's enough cons and other things locally here, so I really shouldn't need to go over there. A camper van. Dave, have you looked at prices for fuel? If I were to go to the Eurotunnel, the amount I would have to drive just to get to the tunnel is a bit. Plus, I don't think they accept camper vans, but I'm not sure on that. No, Manda, you're not thinking about human-shaped inflatable mattresses. You're thinking about those pillows. What they're called again? I always forgot. Waifu pillows. Yes, there's Tactica. Missed it this year for multiple reasons, but I'm pretty determined on going next year. Blow-up dolls is something different completely, but would work as a mattress in a pinch, though it should be a very big one to fit me. At some point, I might get over to the UK, but Ireland is another beast, since it's another island far from anything vaguely here. Vaguely human-shaped blow-up dolls. Yeah, I think that's that pretty much points it out. Vaguely human-shaped. Though the first time I actually saw one of those live and in color was when they were used as beacons to find tents at Wacken open air, when somebody took one, inflated a cheap blow-up doll with helium, and then just let it float above his tent so he would find his tent in the night. There's many ways to skin a cat or to get to the UK or Ireland, but in the end, they're all not free, and yeah, that's a sore point. I'll be happy if there will be coverage made by OTT. so that all of us who can't be there have a good look-see. You're not supposed to tell everybody about my U-boat. It's just for the initiated. Blow-up sheeps bouncing around at top of a crowd is also a very nice thing. The irritating thing are those sheep that have additional holes. Oh, that sounds like you're coming from very far away, Sancho Panza. Or you're planning a very elaborate thingamajig. Why did the audio stop? Because YouTube is a cunt. No, and I think the old Pampers Bomber won't do it anymore. Also, I don't think I would really want to drive in England, to be fair. Simply because I think I would... I'm way too much used to drive on the right-hand side to suddenly go the wrong way. Would be fun, though. Maybe at some point in the future I'll do a trip out with a bike. The sad thing is there was a ferry from Hamburg to England years back, but that line has been cancelled. But it was a car ferry, so I could have gone just to Hamburg, have a 24-hour trip via the North Sea, and depart in I think Hull, but I can't remember. Oh, if you mention me, I'm sure Warren will do something, and Jerry will roll his eyes or run away screaming. You lot, you take so much from me, but you also give so much to me, and yeah. Since we're coming up to our tightly scripted half hour, and my life-inducing juice is almost empty, I'm literally running out of steam. Oh, last time I was on a coach for more than an hour, it was a nightmare, Dave. I'm not sure I'll be able to do that again. I think the longest coach trip I ever did was around my 18th birthday from Germany to Portugal. 48 hours, one direction. Not going to do that again, ever. And I was young at that time. "13 hours is hard, but 48 is..." Oh. Well, to be fair, we were there for 3 weeks, so yeah. I'm made of perfectly good metal, James Scotts. Yeah, great. We did have stops too, of course, but still, I'm not doing that again if I can avoid it. Yeah, but thanks everybody for staying with me, even though we're missing a co-host today for some reason. I'm guessing Jerry will tell us, or not. I'll be going to bed now. You lot have a nice evening. Thanks for being here. See you again next week, and you YouTube lot, or you know, type, like, subscribe, and see you again next week. Bye.